Nope, let's unmute the microphone, and that would probably help. Hello, guys. It's Mangaka. I'm on the go again. I'm actually at my job. Before I clocked in, I have like an hour before I'm actually working. But there was some news this morning that I wasn't expecting to hear. So let's go ahead and talk about it. In patch 1.40 of Dragon Ball Fighters, there were some new things that came up. As we've explored the patch, we kind of found some concerning stuff. Um, Things like various infinites and whatnot. And to my surprise, it seems that Bandai is already trying to work on some fixes. So this is posted by the official Dragon Ball Games account this morning saying, hey, following the 1.4 update, we identified several issues affecting gameplay. We are actively working on fixes, which will be addressed in a future update. Planned fixes include cooldown time for Z assist type A, type B, hit instant blow, Goku Ultra Instinct, unrestrained will, sparking state only, Teen Gohan Super Dragon Flight, Goku Black Fierce God Kick Heavy, Zamasu Fused Wall Light, other unintended changes affecting certain moves and combos. So they're actually doing a bug fix patch um, coming up, which is just absolutely astounding to me. Because I figured we would get a follow-up patch with like Daima. I figured that we would be stuck with this version of the game and that they would do like fixes and stuff or another balance patch when they release Daima, but they're actually working on something right now. I don't know how quickly this update will come out. It could be as fast as a week. It could be, I would expect within a month or 2 months. I think that they would get something like this out within a month or two. Um, I would be surprised if it took more than 2 months. Genuinely, I would be rather shocked. But because of this, I do want to highlight some of the things that they're talking about here. So let's kind of go down um, the list, like a cooldown time for Z assist. So I talked about this in my patch notes video that I uploaded yesterday from this recording. They reduced the cooldown on A and B assists to like 3 seconds, and that was a crazy change because like it just makes offense so incredibly strong because you get one stagger, then you get your mix up for an assist, um, making offense really oppressive. But also there are some other use cases here with sparking. This is something I didn't talk about in the video. I just genuinely forgot to talk about it. But because of that short cooldown, sparking combos with your assists just become insanely stupid and easy. So this is a Bardock combo. Go ahead, turn this volume down a bit, right? And you know, everything up to a point is pretty all right. This is all like very normal stuff. It's when you get right here though that you sort of see that wait a minute. Because of this short cooldown, you just loop assists like this. And basically as long as you have that spark, it's like a pseudo infinite. It lasts for as long as your spark does, which is like 6 7 seconds. But it basically allows you to turn any touch, no matter how small, into a TOD with the right team, with the right characters, everything like that. So like this was a 2L starter. Like we TOD'd off of a 2L. We did a B and B, and then we just looped some combo routing stuff. Um, and this is just one example of it, right? Like it's not like Bardock. Bardock has a really good time using this just because of the crazy meter gain he gets, as well as some of his attacks. And then if you use like those long assists that keep them in place, um, stuff like that happened. So I'm guessing that when they saw things like that being developed, they're like, "We've made a mistake." Now this cooldown thing, I don't know what they're going to do with this. They could just flat out revert it and say we screwed up. We're gonna put it back to the original cooldown of 6 seconds because 3 second cooldown is just way too crazy. Um, or they could add a second to it, or they could somehow like make it longer in sparking. I don't know what they're going to do with this. Um, a reversion would be the simplest thing, and honestly, I think a reversion would be like the healthiest thing for the game. So now let's talk about Hit Instant Blow. Um, Hit currently has some bugs with his kit where they added like these time freeze effects onto various special moves of his, kind of just like in line with like his whole shtick in the show in the anime. But an unintended consequence of this is that Hit basically developed infinites because the opponent would just be frozen in place. So and pretty much from any touch, you could just loop this attack. And I mean, this is a proper infinite. Like it just works. Like any touch, and there's several other examples of this. There's like using assist to help you set this up. There's using sparking and stuff like that. But hit could literally kill you off of any touch, and it wasn't sparking reliant either. Like we very clearly saw that. Like, hey, this was a TOD. And he could have TOD too from like a light starter here, and this is like severely unhealthy for the game because like one touching without spending any resources is just against the balance philosophy of Dragon Ball Fighters. Usually when you touch a death, right? Some resource. So like there's a set of conditions that need to happen with a TOD. You need like the right starter usually. Or you need so much resources that you can like compensate for the lower damage of your combo because of a weak starter by just cashing out like 7 bars of meter to get the kill or spark, you know. Sometimes you need like several of those factors all together. And Hit just completely ignored those rules. He just didn't need to do it. So they are going to be fixing that. So Hit should be losing his infinites, which that's great, honestly. Like it just fixes the one issue with the character. He's got plenty of buffs outside of that. Like it's not the only thing he got, but it's so good. Why would you explore anything else with the character? UI Goku's unrestrained will. Um, in sparking, so they let you use unrestrained will by doing 2-2 S in the air. And because of that, once you get into sparking and you have like these special cancels, UI Goku can just spam this move. And it's pretty much like his optimal TOD stuff. So Varia basically set us up here. This is what UI Goku was doing. I mean, look at the bar build that you're getting. Look at like the damage you're doing as well. I mean, it's an infinite. As long as you can do the inputs and stuff, you just get this kill. I don't think you even really needed a super there. You probably had a couple more reps you could have done. Like it doesn't really decay from any hit stun stuff, and it's super easy to go into once you kind of like route it out. And it was simply better than anything else UI Goku needed to do. Like simply better than anything else he could have done. So I'm happy that they're actually addressing that one too, just because like it was corny. Like it's kind of funny. But not but this one I was a little more okay with just because like usually I mean UI Goku needed spark. UI Goku can't do that without his sparking, right? Like there's a time limit for when you can do that one, but a little too easy to do as well as just like the reward and how optimal it was definitely too strong. So I'm happy to see that they're addressing that. Now there was also Team Gohan, so they made his EXDP safe on block, which is like, what the hell are you doing? And I guess they're going to address that. Like, I guess they didn't mean to make it safe on block. I think they just wanted to make it so that it was easier to combo out of if you hit it, but they accidentally made it safe on block. Which having a safe DP, I know adult Gohan gets that, but you have to at least like hit with the move and then cancel into a special move, and you have to also invest 7 bars to get that. Team Gohan just got it for getting to half a bar just for existing. So they're addressing that. Goku Black's Fierce God Kick. So if you haven't seen stuff like this yet, because everybody's sort of freaking out about Goku Black getting like mid-screen routes, but he also had like an infinite as well. Um, so you could get pretty deep into a combo, and once you get enough bar, I mean, this was just silly more than anything. But once you had enough meter, I mean, you basically just had an infinite, as well as many reps of this as you could do with the bar that you had. I mean, it was just corny. So they are addressing that as well. What else are they looking at? There's like a thing with Zamasu's Wall of Light, which I think might address one infinite he kind of has, or at least like him spamming one move, and then other unintended changes. This could be a whole bunch of things. There's like I know like there's a bug with Ginyu they might be addressing, but kind of crazy that we're getting bug fixes. But because of this stuff, I'm gonna have to wait to do the character balance stuff because I need to see what's like unintended and what is intended before we actually go ahead and talk about patch and stuff. So my character balance stuff will be on hold until they actually do these bug fixes. But I'm wanting to make everybody aware of what they're trying to address and see how the game changes. But this is really good. I'm really happy that this is the timeline we're in. Anyways, y'all, catch you when Dragon Ball FighterZ gets fixed.